So we're Group 3. We call ourselves the Climate Change Makers. I'm Ashley, and I'm here with Orla, Josh, Rory, and then Callum, unfortunately, or Calum couldn't be here today, unfortunately. We're here to talk about our web-based application for Connection. We hope to provide live updates on hard-to-find local climate events for young people by young people. Through this, we want to inspire the young people in this country to become connected with each other, their community, and also the environment around them, and at the same time, be inspired to become their own change maker. So, why young people? Whenever we were first discussing what we wanted to do with this project, we all agreed that climate action can quite often be fragmented, in that it's hard to find events unless you're in the know, and so it makes it difficult to find out what's going on even in your local area. And this can disproportionately affect young people who definitely feel the threat of climate change as it makes uncertainty in their future. This disconnection can lead to a feeling of climate anxiety. So what is climate anxiety? This is a feeling of distress that is in relation to dangerous changes in the climate system, and it can lead to different symptoms such as panic attacks, sleeplessness, and many others. And we want to combat this. It's only exacerbated by headlines and stories like these that we're being bombarded with every single day, from extreme weather to loss in biodiversity, and sometimes it's hard to find a hope. So, despite being in the age of communication, technology, and connection, you can sometimes feel just as disconnected and lonely, sometimes even guilty, and we really want to combat that feeling.
From getting the opportunity to meet other members of the 30 under 30 cohort, we realised that there was a lot of different knowledge and expertise in the room. And from chatting with our peers, we were able to expand our knowledge and become aware of opportunities to take environmental action that we wouldn't have heard of in our own backgrounds. It almost felt like if we could connect the dots of knowledge in the room, we could all benefit from the bigger picture. 30 under 30 has a focus on becoming environmental leaders, and this got us thinking of how we could share this expert and diverse knowledge to make other young people aware of events where they could take positive climate action, thus forming a community of diverse young people ready to do something about climate change and other environmental issues. As a result of signposting people to events, we felt that this would help give other young people a sense of purpose and a role to play, thus tackling the feeling of helplessness that can sometimes arise as a result of climate anxiety.
How are we going to do it? Well, we thought there's already so many things when we started talking that are happening. There's already so many events and already so many people in this room that we've met in the 30 under 30 network that are doing good things. So we thought we need to tap into that. We want to curate a series of events that we can put in the diary. The 30 under 30 network is the first starting point. Every single one of us has a unique set of expertise that we can tap into. We have different sectors that we work in. We know of different events that people need to turn up to, so we just got to get them in the diary. We want to make sure that these events are live and up to date. What we found in our research is that there are websites that just exist online, a lot that were developed through COP26 and were then completely lost service. People didn't have the capacity to service them beyond that. So what we want to do is make sure that this is sort of self-sustaining, and that will happen when we get young people to become their own change makers. We want people to be able to upload events themselves. We want people to basically log on and see that there's events out there for them that are happening next week, happening in 2 weeks' time or whenever. So this means that people should feel, hopefully, that they're more connected, and that will develop a community that is connected to each other and a community that's connected to the environment. The important thing to stress is that we need to make this local as well. This needs to be local ownership, and that's what I mean when I say people need to take charge and take ownership of this. They log on themselves and they update on events that they know are happening in their local area. So without further ado, this has led to us creating apologies. These are all the people that are in the room today. So it's a good example of just how many people and organisations that the 30 under 30 network represent. So without further ado, we've launched a website called Climate Change Makers. This is a local one-stop shop for climate events. So it's a signposting service that will provide us with the spatial representation of all the events that are happening in NI and beyond. If you scan the QR code on the page, you'll be able to see our demo website. Caleb, who isn't able to be here today, has been amazing in setting this up. And you'll be able to see, and it's on our posters too, so you can have a look afterwards, what that means. You can look at the website and you'll be presented with a map. It's a map that's not fully operational yet, but you can click on the counties and you can see what events are happening in that county. We hope to make that hyper-local. This is a design that was worked up on the left here by our designers, and that is hoping to represent the kind of different categories that you'll expect to see on this page. So if you're interested in farming, if you're interested in fashion, you can go in and you can see all the events that are happening in farming or fashion, from big nights out and events in 2 Earl Avenue to certain things like the water dispensers as well. So it's all going to be in one place, and that's, I think, the beauty of this.
Thank you. So we realised from the start that we're obviously going to be slightly bootstrapped for cash. So rather than going after traditional performance marketing, what we've decided to do is tap into pre-existing organic communities that exist out there on social channels like Facebook, Instagram. You've got groups like Beautiful Northern Ireland, or Instagram pages like Keep Northern Ireland Beautiful, for example, and we want to tap into the followers of these profiles and reach out to them organically to see if they would be interested in using our service. Going forward, over the coming months, we really want to double down behind this strategy and use it as our main way to acquire users. On top of this, we also plan to partner with relevant brands and personnel that our community will be interested in and provide value to them through articles, blog posts, and try to keep them actively engaged every week through this regular posting. And what we also want to do to ensure our community is engaged going forward and continually posting events is, we want to actively engage our community by publishing new events in the future, by sponsoring events. We want to put our name behind it and capital behind allowing people to do community events within the local area rather than all the responsibility being on them funding it. I think we're slightly stuck for time here, but we're doing a competition. We have just launched our Instagram Climate CM, and we will be doing a giveaway with a mentoring session with either Alice, who was at an event, or Alan. All you need to do is like the post, tag a friend, and post to your story.
And with that final slide, just quickly, the legacy is the 30 Under 30 network. We want to see this transfer into the next cohort that comes along, hopefully, and it to be self-sustaining. And that's the important bit, that it's not something that adds more to your climate anxiety and your burnout. It's to take away from that. It's to be self-sustaining, to connect, to solve the climate anxiety through climate action, to connect the disconnected, and make a whole new group of climate change makers. Thank you very much.